amongst guitar designers in the world, in that small handful, is Mishihito Matsuda. And Mishi has a mind that is unlike any other guitar maker out there. The things he thinks about, his approach to the instrument. This particular guitar was about reclaiming materials and about the problems we've had with wood in the guitar industry. About 2 years ago, they realized that rosewood was being abused in the world, and guitar makers really depend on rosewood. And all of a sudden, you couldn't use many species that we're dependent on, and that sparked a lot of conversation in our industry about what the future of the guitar is with rosewood. And Mishi got to thinking about not just reclaiming woods, but what about all those guitars out there that are inexpensive guitars? People get it first. They're not always taken care of because they don't know how to take care of an instrument yet. And they come into a repair shop and say, I've got this problem. And the repair guy goes, yeah, honestly, the repair is worth more than the guitar is. And so instead of repairing the guitar, they might buy a new guitar. But where did that guitar then go? And how many thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of these guitars that are not deemed worthy to be repaired are out there in the world? And Mishi thought maybe we can reclaim those. And he went to Craigslist and bought this no-name Les Paul copy, and he stripped it down and he cut out a good portion of the body. The neck is still the same neck, but he stripped it down and changed the headstock. And then he took an old piano soundboard that's more than 100 years old and braced it up like an acoustic guitar, and that became the section that he cut out. And then he went to his favorite sushi restaurant in the San Francisco area where he lives, and he asked them to gather their used chopsticks. Of course, he cleaned them and put them through the thickness sander, but he layered them up in multiple layers in an interesting design and made the top out of it. And then you'll see all this incredible traditional Japanese joinery. For those who aren't familiar with it, the Japanese have these really clever ways of holding things together without wood and screws, and often joints would sort of come together and they'd twist, and then you put a peg through it and it would hold together for centuries. To own a Matsuda guitar is often the jewel of many people's collections. And this is, of course, going to be an original one-off, and somebody's going to be very lucky who gets to take it home and add it to their collection.